Welcome to another episode of last week's Comics Today. I am Toast. I have a pretty fat stack of books this week, and it is also heavy in Marvel and DC, which is kind of surprising for me. Let's get into it. So the unquestioned book of the week is Old Head by Kyle Starks. Now, the back of the book describes it as action horror. This is a former professional basketball player that returns home, fights monsters with his daughter, and Dracula. I don't know if you're familiar at all with Kyle Stark's work. It is a combination of hilarity and violence, and like I said, this is unquestionably the best book of the week. I loved it. Highest possible recommendation. Echolands #1 is the first of a few different first issues I have this week. It is a weird first issue, so there's not much of a story, and I think they must be banking on Williams' art because, like I said, not a whole lot happens or is explained. So it's, as far as first issues go, not great. Kingspawn I had forgotten I pre-ordered, so I was kind of surprised when I saw this in my stack. But I started paying attention to Spawn again for the first time in close to 30 years when I heard Spawn's universe was coming and the expansion, and I wanted to see if it was good. So I stopped reading somewhere around issue 30 and then picked it up again around issue 311, I think. And it hasn't been great, to say the least. But I'm sort of curious about Spawn's world as written by writers that are other than Todd. So Todd is not a great writer, even after all these years. There's this credit that I was showing off a second ago. Todd, additional dialogue. And yes, it really feels like a script was written and then Todd went in and overwrote it. There is dialogue that just shouldn't be there all over the place. But anyway, I'm really only interested in Gunslinger. And even the first issue of Gunslinger, per the solicitation, will be written by Todd. So I don't know when other writers are supposed to start, but I think that's when I'll get interested and try it again. So Son of Kal-El actually came out a month ago. This is the first issue. Issue 2 is out now. I was a huge fan of the Super Sons of Damien and John when he was young, before Bendis aged him up. I was a big fan of both of them, and everything that Tomasi was doing on Superman and with Super Sons. And as soon as Jonathan got aged up, I sort of stopped paying attention to any of it. It pissed me off. And I do like Tom Taylor, and since the first issue started, I've only heard good things. So I was resistant, and then I kept hearing things, and I was curious. So I grabbed the first issue, and it is good. And probably going to be buying issue 2 next week and talking about that then. Superman and the Authority is a weird series because it's only 4 issues, and it seems like by the time the team is assembled, the story's going to be over. So unless this continues somehow, which it doesn't seem like it will, I don't know where any of this is going. It's interesting, but I don't recommend it. Barbaric #3 was going to be a book of the week until I read Old Head, and this is a very close second. So this is, what's weird is I never thought I would see an axe with a face look drunk, but probably half the panels in this book, the axe looks that way. This is, it's a very good series, highly recommended. And there was news recently that the series is both continuing and it is expanding. So The trade should be coming out soon. There it is. I think November. So grab this, get in on the ground floor. Highly recommended. So this cover is a straight up lie. Everything, all of it, lies. In this issue, Thor talks to Jane and he buys some hot dogs. That's literally it. I might be done with this series soon. So for Chew, I don't have much to say. It continues to be great. I'm a huge fan of both this series and the previous. And that's it. It's fantastic. Recommended. Nothing specific to say about it other than that. So last week I was talking about Batman, Catwoman, and how I was wishing they weren't swapping out Clayman because he can't keep up with the monthly schedule. And that is exactly what Marvel are doing with Nonstop Spider-Man, because Chris Bacalo can't keep up with a monthly schedule. This is really well designed. Like, I've never seen comic book pages designed the way that this book is. I am a huge fan of it. I mean, there's energy just popping off the page every panel. Zemo is weird in this. So he showed up previously, and I didn't think he was weird, but he does a lot of talking in this issue, and it is seemingly out of character. He's just weird. It is otherwise great. I love Once and Future, and I got worried when Dan Morris started drawing Batman. I was concerned that this was going to end or that they would change artists, but neither of those has happened, and it's still going. Still great. Love it. Recommended. So I realized recently, I think I might have a thing for superhero school books. So this is the third one that I'm reading after Wolverine and the X-Men, and then Gotham Academy, now Strange Academy. It is a lot of fun. I don't think it's Scotty Young's best writing that's being done in his independent books, but like I said, it is a lot of fun. I do enjoy it, and I hope it keeps going. So Die is a series that I probably should have stopped reading some time ago, but I didn't, and now it's ending, and for that I'm glad. I think it ran its course, and I'm just waiting it out. Robin is a book that's kind of surprising. I haven't generally been a fan of Williamson's DC output, but I do like Damian enough that when the first issue came out, I wanted to try it, and I like the art. The story is interesting. I thought things would happen faster as far as the tournament goes, but that seems to be a longer story than I was expecting, and I'm very curious to see where this goes. This it's good. I like it. Like I said, I find that surprising, but it's good, and I'm glad. So that's everything I got this week, except this also showed up in the mail. Now, this was a Kickstarter hardcover. Oh no, volume 3 over there on the side. If for anyone unfamiliar, this is sort of storybook style with painted pages. Gorgeous. It's a really interesting story. The art is phenomenal, and I will talk about this as soon as I have finished reading it. But it was a surprise shipment, and I'm glad I got this in my hands. If you are at all unsure where your nearest comic shop is, you can use this URL to find the one nearest you.